for joining Entrepreneurs in Fuego for another live episode. I'm so excited to introduce Nate Thorne. Nate, it's a pleasure to have you here.
Glad to be here.
I'm so excited to talk about your journey and how it led you to be a CFO. CFO on call.
Yeah.
You know, I think that's a great name. And, you know, being an entrepreneur, it's all about branding, marketing, branding yourself to where people walk away and they remember CFO, and that's how they're kind of going to remember you. Tell me about CFO. What is it really that you're tapping into?
Well, it's CFO on call. I downsized myself out of a great job as CFO during the recession, and so
you're not the only one that's done that.
And instead of looking for a job, I decided to look for clients, and it's been 7 years and not going back. But CFO on call is basically, call me on the phone and I'll be your CFO for the day, the week, the month, the year, whatever, however you need me. And
your lifetime.
Fill in as needed when to do this higher level accounting, financial reporting for businesses that they don't get from, your average bookkeeper.
I shy away from those words. Those words are just ugly to me. A lot of people don't take the time to really put those words in perspective, to understand the importance. Now, explain it. Make it sound fun.
Like you said, a lot of people, that's not the fun part of the business, but there are so many powerful tools in your numbers by looking at your historical numbers, developing forward-looking trends, identify opportunities where you're going to possibly need capital and things like that. So it's very powerful tools, both looking back and forward for to grow your business. And again, it's so much treated like a redheaded stepchild that nobody wants to do their numbers, but it's crucially important. And that's one of the things I do is I develop powerful tools that will increase profit when done.
So, I noticed you have a lot of experience in business management, financial planning. I went to Rutgers. I took all your managerial accounting, your financial accounting, all those classes. But what I have to say is, as someone younger, and younger generations really aren't focused on their whole accounting. They're focused, but they're not. They're really falling behind. Leaving college and stepping into the real world, I forget a lot of what I learned. So when you sit down with people and you put together these ideas and problem solving, do you teach them like a tactical plan where, every week they're looking at their numbers, they're putting different numbers in place, they're aligning it, different goals?
Yes, I basically prepare some key performance indicators.
Right.
Where when you reach that number, or you're hitting or above or below that number where you want to be, it will make an impact on your bottom line. And so they start to thinking about how that number is going to affect their business. The big one I see is like days outstanding receivables. It's how many days you are essentially being the bank to your customer.
Right.
And so, I try to avoid that. And there's ways to monetize your receivables to get the money in sooner. So why not take advantage of those when cash is needed?
What's the best, your journey? Did you always know you were a numbers guy?
No.
Did you want to be the numbers guy?
Not really.
Were you always counting numbers when you're little?
And everybody says, you must be so good at math. And I'm not really.
I'm the worst.
I had to take algebra twice and all that, but it was, when I finally decided to get an education, I took, business. I want to do something business, and I didn't know what, and the accounting made sense to me.
Is it because it's problem solving?
No,
it's
balances.
Not like
balances.
You have to balance.
So it clicked with me, and so that's just the route I went, and I've been doing it ever since. So it's been a long time now.
So you said you left, growing up, you went to college, you got, a corporate job like a lot of other people, but then you took that big risk, that entrepreneurship risk, which is the best. I think it's a risk that once you make it and you're succeeding, you're like,
go back.
I can't believe I stuck in that job for so long.
Well, and I know I can never go back to being an employee again.
Yeah.
It just doesn't work. I tried this last year, it just didn't work. But, like I said, I decided to start looking for clients instead of a job, and so I'd never have to look for a job again. Never worked harder in my life, but on the flip side, I can't go back.
Being an entrepreneur is a 24/7 job.
All the time.
If you get a phone call at 8 o'clock, you best believe you're going to respond.
Yes, 10 o'clock, Well, and right now, I do taxes, so right now it's really crazy busy for me, and it's like fall asleep while doing a tax return is not a good thing, but it happens. So,
So now, really tell me something. Looking back on all forming your own business, what is something that you learned through all this?
I should have done it earlier.
Should have done it earlier. And that's actually really good advice.
And that's the thing. Take the plunge. I had a unique set of circumstances that lined them up that allowed me to do what I did. I was living in a place that I was renting. It got foreclosed on, so I lived for free for 6 months in between jobs, off unemployment, and I was able to do this because I had no overhead. And so I was able to build my clientele up, and it just worked out. In the storm, I now own the place that I was squatting in.
You know what someone once told me? That to be an entrepreneur, you have to hit rock bottom.
Oh.
And then, just kind of build your foundation.
More than once to relight that fire or change your focus and, get stale after a while.
So really quickly, let's recap CFO.
All right.
It's your
CFO
cash flow.
Yes. Well, I'm a cash flow guru.
I like that.
My title I've been given.
I'm the networking guru.
Right.
So we're both gurus.
Gurus. We should hang out with gurus.
We should.
It's our guru club.
Yeah. We really should.
I know. Are you a guru? But so identify cash flow challenges and implement solutions. So that's kind of my tagline, and I, can analyze the numbers of business and hopefully see in advance when they're going to need some capital. And I have a very deep list of alternative finance lenders and sources of capital that are not banks.
What's the best feeling that you walk away with?
Oh, I love collaborating and then having that idea execute and coming together and being successful.
So sitting down with someone, formulating a plan, a POA is what I call it, plan of attack.
Yes.
And you see them running with it.
And it worked,
There's nothing better than that.
No, that's just
you're like, I thought of that, you're doing it, and it's helping you. It's
the flip side is, I told you not to do that because this would happen, and look what happened.
Like, hey, I was right. Wake up.
Yeah.
No, that's awesome. Now, how can people get a hold of you?
They can go to my website is CFO Nate on call. Or
CFO
Nate on call.
I
got to throw the middle name in there because they're all taken. And
were they really?
They were.
Did you buy all the other domains?
No, but I'm going to when it comes available.
Buy the guru domain.
I should.
Yeah.
Do that right now.
So.
Or email at Nate at CFO Nate on call or.
Awesome. So everything from tax planning. Really quickly, I want to recap on one thing. Entrepreneurs. I mean, the biggest headache we have is capital.
Yes.
Capital is what drives your ideas to come to life. It's so sad.
Yes.
Now, what do you capitalize in that?
Oh, well, I have a substantial database of alternative lenders from all different types of capital.
Investors.
From everything from, like we talked about receivables earlier, to purchase order financing, to loans, to selling your future cash flow. Lots of different things that are not banks.
That's a tight niche.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of people out there that could definitely utilize that. Because I hear people all the time, they're just working 24/7, but they can't get to the next level.
I mean, as a startup, it's really hard to get funding. There's just a few sources.
Yeah.
I know what those are.
Shark Tank.
Well,
That's really hard. That's really hard.
That's even fewer of the few.
I would cry if I went on Shark Tank.
No kidding.
I cry watching it. I'm like, good luck. Good luck answering that question.
But once you're in business for 6 months and you got some cash flow going, I can get cash in 24 hours.
That's awesome. I mean, I definitely think a lot of people. I mean, I can send you to a lot of people that I know of.
Please do. I pay referral fees, so.
Yeah. Well, no, that was awesome.
I also do credit card processing and stuff like that too. So yeah.
So you're the real deal.
Yeah.
So you technically are a CFO. So
I am.
Reach out to him. Any questions? Now, as we're ending this video, word of advice: being an entrepreneur for so long. What's something you can give to other entrepreneurs?
Don't stop working and growing and evolving. I mean,
what
worked yesterday is not going to work tomorrow. So you got to change, and it's not so lame, but what you know, but who you know.
It's all about who you know,
relationships.
networking.
Yeah.
Got it. But no, it was awesome. I learned so much from meeting you today. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
For being on the Entrepreneurs in Fuego show. Make sure you contact Nate for any questions about your taxes. And if you're an entrepreneur, he's the guy, he's a guru. Go to him.
Budgets, forecasts, financial analysis.
Yeah. We are out.
Welcome to the